Okay.
Hi, my name is Kelly Mae Smith. How many of you are from developing nations by a show of hands? Or have immediate relatives from developing nations, such as Guyana, Haiti, Dominican Republic? Okay. Has it ever crossed your mind as to why these nations are still considered developing? Well, trade plays a major part as to the reason why. I'll be talking about what trade is, who are the contributors to helping these developing nations, and the results of trade. Trade can be defined as the exchange, purchase, or sale of goods. Trade is beneficial to all nations. The main components of trade, which are human, natural, and capital resources, differ amongst all nations. All nations are dependent on one another for goods and services that are in demand in the respective nations. Developing nations depend on trade greatly. The necessary natural and capital resources are not easily accessible. Without trade, there would not be a chance of improving a developing country's poor economic state. Now that we know that trade is beneficial to a developing nation, we'll look at who's helping them. There are numerous contributors to the improvement of trade in developing nations. Organizations such as the World Trade Organization creates buildings, ports, and roads for trade. The World Trade Organization also provides nations with individuals needed for efficient trade, such as economists and skilled negotiators. The money given to these nations is not a loan. Nothing is sought in return. The time, effort, and money put into these nations is put in by goodwill, hoping that the trade will improve. United Nations is another organization that provides governments with adequate monetary funds. The UN also provides developing countries with economists as guides to better trading. You may be wondering if all this effort is being paid off. According to the Trade and Developing Index of 2006, trade has improved in developing nations. As you can see, exports have improved and imports have improved. The gap between imports and exports are still wide, but with the aid given by these organizations, the gap is decreasing. Trade development on a whole is increasing, which is the last one on the right. As we've seen, trade has a big impact on developing nations. And as long as there are organizations willing and able to help, trade in developing nations will continue to improve.